Hey, Joe.
What's up, dude?
What are you doing?
I was getting ready for Best Friends. It's one of Adelina's favorite books. So I got Mickey. I got the blank. I thought, I thought we were doing story time, man. You said story time.
No. You got it wrong again.
I find that hard to believe.
Listen, it's telling your school's story, not story time. Telling your school's story. Marketing for schools. Plus, it's a little weird that you would draw a conclusion that you and I are doing story.
You know, I'm not going to get offended by that. I'm not sure.
You can save that for Adelina. You can do story time with your granddaughter. But I want to do telling your school's story for our listeners who want to know what our book recommendations are this month. Can we switch to that?
Well, this might be a stretch. I think we still could do it. Because you know what's a great story? Disney is a great story. People love the Disney story. They love what Walt Disney created. They love Mickey. They love Minnie. So people are drawn to great stories. So you're right, TJ, we'll get at it. But this is about how your school should and can tell their great story, like some of the greats that attract people to your school. And I'll tell you what, this is more important than ever that schools do this, not only to change the narrative around the profession, but TJ, education is becoming more and more politicized right now with midterm elections. You hear different things, like suddenly there's even board election seats that are being supported by different interest groups. You know, really though, when it comes down to it, we're focused on the classroom. We're focused on kids and whatever really can support them. So telling our story is critical. And I'm going with The Power of Small. This is a phenomenal book. It's also a small book, so don't get too intimidated. Linda, Kaplan, Thaler, and Koval. These women are incredible. Make no mistake. I got one word, TJ. One word, Aflac. Aflac. So you may have not heard of these two ladies, but you've heard of the Kaplan Thaler group. They are the marketing minds behind many companies, including the Duck in Aflac. Changed the industry in many ways. And I will say what I love about this book, though, it is the details. It's not just a book on marketing. You're not going to get into the nitty-gritty on this book on the how-to. This is a mindset that if you're not willing to pay attention to the details, then you're going to miss great opportunities. And that's what we want to focus on when we tell our story with our schools and what we're doing. Don't worry about, is this okay to post? Is this the right thing? What should I share? What shouldn't I share? Kids in classrooms, learning, engaged, teachers doing marvelous things. Share it. Let your school community know all the wonderful things going on. And that is going to be magnetic. That is going to be attractive. This book is filled with tips, tricks, but most importantly, stories on how others have done it. You can't go wrong with this book.
That's an awesome book, Joe. It's also an awesome recommendation. And I agree, Disney is a perfect example where the marketing, the structures, the culture is different. And that's what they're able to say. They provide for their customers. They provide for their employees. And so the culture on the inside of Disney is the same of what they say it is to the outside. It attracts people in. It does become a magnet. People come from all over the world to go to Disney, and that is because of their marketing strategies. The thing that we wrote about, the 5 things that every school leader needs to know about marketing, is really important because right now, more than ever, like Joe said, school leaders need to learn marketing strategies. You need to learn how to brand your school. You need to learn how to think like a marketing engine, not only to attract great teachers, but also to keep them, to work on the culture on the inside, and to maintain a magnificent product for our students and our families. My book recommendation is by the great Seth Godin. Now, you know I love Seth Godin. You know I read his stuff every day. But this, I think, is one of his great books. It's called This Is Marketing. And it's you can't be seen until you learn to see. And I really think that Seth, they call him a marketing expert, but I got to tell you, I think he's a culturalist and I think he's a leadership expert. And I think what he's done is great marketing. And that is making marketing more about leading and leading your brand, telling your story and making sure that you have something compelling for people to want, in this case, to buy, in the case of school leaders, want to be a part of. We want people to be a part of great schools. We want to have a great school and we want people to be a part of that. I love this book. This is marketing. I loved Lynchpin. We've recommended that in the past. Seth Godin's work is fantastic. You got to get this book. I'm impressed when I find school leaders who know, at least can scratch the surface, but who know enough about marketing to be able to do some branding for their school. We've written about it in the past. The blog post from this month really is chock full of strategies that school leaders can use. Thinking about strategies, Joe, do we have one for readers? And by the way, I'm impressed that you kept the Mickey in the blanket for the whole show, but tell us a strategy for reading.
Comfortable. I'm comfortable. So a strategy, a tip this month. So when it comes to marketing, when it comes to really branding your school, right? We're asking you to do things and think a little different. You know, the monks within the 14th, 15th, 16th century used to study text. So you'll hear us very often cite how CEOs devour works. But there was a sacred right to studying text, spending hours on very little parts of a book, on the Bible, other things. We would say with books like this, especially with the This Is Marketing, you know, this is a book that you don't want to just quickly read. If you're not retaining it and you're not able to apply it, you're wasting your time. Some of the books we recommend, we do want you to really study. Get in there, read a sentence, see how you can apply it, put it out there right away. Don't wait. Turn that book into a tutorial, but really study the text. Consider it a sacred text and spend time with it.
And as always, you can subscribe for more leadership content at theschoolhouse302.com. Just go to the site, pick one of our blogs or video blogs, subscribe. Please tell a friend. As always, we care about a like, a follow, or a comment, and we'll see you next time at the Schoolhouse 302.